Your Honor, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. So is yours. So are yours, I meant. If the evidence list was torn in half, then I might need more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edwards' list. Hey! Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edward! It's possible. Let's see. I think I'm starting to get a picture right here. Oh no. There's something wrong. Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There's something wrong in the back of my list. This is that thing. Oh no, the music! That thing! That thing was dancing in the evidence room. Apparently the head of the criminals very used this for his blueprint. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Hello everybody, this is Natnarf Signing back in, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Rise from the Ashes. We're now currently talking with former chief prosecutor in the jail. After, oh my mic's still in my head. After Emma was taken in by the chief diamond. Shite. Keeping quiet. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like If I'm not mistaken, the person questioning may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Miss Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The only one I'm supposed to so frightened of. What is this person's name? It's either Emma or this. This guy? Nope, Emma. That's right, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I think she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about the circumstances? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respect him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. But he would try to hide his crimes. His crimes? Both you and Edward will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gunt's name was never mentioned? Chief Gunt? Edward didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly investigated that evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other. Diamond Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gunt, you'll need more than just words. Show me food that falls up. Oh god, my throat. Oh my god, what is that? Drawn on the back of the evidence is the marker. I got a very bad feeling about this. It's Emma's drawing. Take that! I just found this in the safe in the chief's office. This piece of jar and this strip of cloth. You know what these are? They are pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. That person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gunn himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? I just the lick that the two damn things. Touche, Mr. Wright. It's as to summarize, I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Well, why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps should I say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose the body of Bruce Goodman's. You will find inside the trunk of Miles Edwards' car. God damn it. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edward's car. The trunk was broken. I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. A murder weapon. You mean Edward's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Darkey knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in it. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. You idiot! That would be Edward's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Star. Such bad luck. Why did you need to hide Darky's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Darky case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be open again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Darky's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Darky case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. And Edward's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and asked her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma. I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from the Chief Gun, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? Good question. The lead investigator for SL9 incident had been murdered. The leader. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, so I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade on his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as an officer Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still had made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So, the phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. Ouch. Touche. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't push this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive out Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. And that means sorry, I have to do it. Detective Goodman's real murder. His Damon Gaunt. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Excuse me, my throat. She's not back and she became a witness. Dang it. February 25, 9:47. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is Defendant Lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Oh, you're here! Edward! Knowing you already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. I know the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt on this ID record. That number does belong to whom you suspect and no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. On the defendant, 5 minutes after the trial starts, Lana will be found guilty. But she didn't know it. I figured you'd say that as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. Oi? If she's found guilty, you lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? See you in court, honey. This is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gaunt has on her, it's now. It's now or never. Sorry. I don't want to continue the song, it sounds weird already. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready on her, even though I lost a partner. The prosecution is ready on her. Normally this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening point. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. The Chief Gaunt! Why is your beard appearing first? Why? Why? Morning, folks. How's everyone? Hey, Achi. Been back to the pool yet? What pool? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my one. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? What's with the silence? Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, I should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Nope, you don't save anyone. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. What? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21 of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce with... You idiot, stop that! In the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! Hold me tight. Oh, sorry, what are we doing? You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. prosecution may lack a direct... What the hell? It has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. The defendant certainly has a right to self-reputation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. It can't be happening. Excuse me. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Hold on! Not me. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Redward, can anyone let me put down my hammer? The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. And a ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. I'm not worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. Why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut? I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gunt. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With the sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Scott. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edward, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gunt? Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Emma Sky, please take the stand. It looks like Edward has decided to take the horse by the reins. Good job. Oh, sorry. Why you keep putting on your head every time you're here? Now then, with this, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma. Emma Sky. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Darkey at the Joe Darkey killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that though. I'm sorry. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edward, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Oh, okay then. You got no say in this. You sure gave in fast. And now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. Don't lie now. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Witness testimony. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. The maid came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. And I'll never forget what happened in that instant. And I saw that man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't armed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edward, what does testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. 2 years ago. The defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was second in command under Chief Detective Gant. My sister. She was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Chief Detective Gant and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit on my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too. Police department and the prosecutor's office held the ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage. A man. Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Ducky was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Darky proceeded to take this elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Van's office. There's a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Why did you open the door? Near Marshall rescued me. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Darky's questioning. Detective Damon Gant and Prosecutor Near Marshall. God was there too. I think he mentioned that earlier. Near Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight for questioning room. Went to the stranger named after the ceremony. Oh god, I can't speak. I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run after Darky. When Darky grabbed me, I thought I was good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw that instant. What is it? Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Darky and just then, the lights went up. The lights was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch black in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more! So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago. Yes, that's what I had so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Oh, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about picture. This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning. The list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that tree once, but it seemed to have been lost. Oh no, wait, I will save it. Actually, no. No. It's there in my pocket. I'm gonna pop some cash on got $20 in my pocket. There's a picture in this. Mr. Edward. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you still insist on denying its existence. Wait! Hey, I'm not the bad guy. And all I'm saying is that the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Yes, turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it. Ah! What's this? Behold the lightning. What is that? Hey, that's it. That's the big I drew. Are you so happy? Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? Why are you doing it? That list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? This list, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edward, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edward, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached to you. What? What? Ouch. Order, order! Who'd have thought the picture would have been drawn on the back of the list? That was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room. Wait a minute. Excuse me. If the list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. So is yours. So are yours, I meant. If the evidence list was torn in half, then I might need more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edward's list. Wait. Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edward, that's possible. Let's see. I think I'm starting to get a picture right here. Oh no. There's something wrong. Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There's something wrong in the back of my list. This is that thing. Oh no, the music! That thing! Good thing I was dancing in the evidence room. Apparently the head of the criminal was very useless for his blueprint. I guess he was out of scrap paper. The evidence this has been updated. Witness, will you please testify the picture you saw 2 years ago? Huh? Oh yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she drew that picture. I think it's a goddamn head. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. And this is the other one too. The flash of light was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. A flash of lightning could burn an image into your mind. Thanks to that, though, she is able to show us exactly what she saw. I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows no document about the murder, prosecutor Mary Marsha. The events are now prosecuted. Can't speak. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the detective team were reorganized. Detective Milliman was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gunn and Lana Scott. 2 or 3 days later. The memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Hey, excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue. No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright. I was so shocked. I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Darky had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. Turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. But she did hit her back. What happened after the flashlight? After the lightning? After that, I must have fainted. Ouch. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No. I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? You're the one who brought her there to the stand in the first place. Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, the picture. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. All done a Moon too. Oh God. Ding. Sorry for asking so many questions, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way or your talks with the detective? Ouch. Are you Oops. Wait. That's not a good sign. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I just beat here before I heard anything from the detectives. So I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's been bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claimed this is exactly the scene I was invented in her eye. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction picture here. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture witness drew contains a blatant I can't speak contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction. First, what part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife and the man holding. If you look closely, you can see the tip is broken. In fact, you don't even have to look closely to see that. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? The tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Darkey was a murderer. No. You don't get it. I'm afraid that's not as simple as that, Ember. Huh? Where could you possibly see the problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. The victim was only stabbed once, and the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Ah! What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand? Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If the knife was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. But what does this mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim body. The only possible explanation is the witness memory being mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edward. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice here. All I'm saying is that this broken knife might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ah! Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor. Please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, William Marshall questioned Joe Darkey along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Darkey fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Darkey. It is my best. I believe that somewhere in the story there is a lie. I'm not lying. Miranda's really holding up the broken knife. If that's true, there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Darkey's. Could have been another one. Yes! The witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw. It just can't be explained another way by a simple observation error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Bear really did see a broken knife. I assume that you have some information about the broken knife. If so, please tell us feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. It is a real murder weapon. If anything's broken here, it's me. Huh? I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Miss Wright. Oh, shite. I must have mistaken it. But I know it's that knife. Come on. No chance. Be broken by a murder. There's only one way. Okay, maybe the picture instead. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the award ceremony. Ah! What is it, Mr. Edward? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. That's a broken knife. as we earlier concluded, the knife in the picture was not Joe Darkey's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was, in all likelihood, this award. Order! 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 Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and a broken knife. When he chased after Joe Darkey, he pulled out his knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. His broken knife was the only weapon he had in that dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, why not, Mr. I said the King of Prosecutors knife was the murder weapon. Then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, the man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Ow! But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. Actually, what's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump in conclusions. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. What is this? It's Edward. What is it? Could you show me your evidence file? The evidence list again, please. His list? The one with that picture stripped on the back. I knew it. That picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. But this wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Oh man, at the time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this picture away. I must have locked this part away and say to me. Perhaps it would be best if we added to the testimony. Oh man, would you please tell us what you recalled this guy? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up and now the blue badger. This should be interesting. With this testimony. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. It wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Oh man. This is certainly most unusual. Very impossible. The detective of criminal affairs didn't even assign him under this here. This would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. But eventually now get his shot. Oh man. Please don't pursue this any further. Oh wow. You have such a nice hair. Well now. What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. You can't do this. I already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it to that? The prosecutor Scott. We've already come to this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. It means we're finally getting to the core of the matter. If she has to stand up. But then again, I have to end this episode because it's already past 40 minutes again. I keep doing that, so yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video and you'd like to see more, simply just wave your Sorcerer's wand and hit the like button. Until then, this is Natnarf signing off.